You know, when I got a call, I'm a pretty early riser. I didn't sleep at all last night. My wife, she loves to sleep. She's off on Mondays, and I get a call about 8 o'clock, and I'm on a business call. And it's Anna Hobie. I said, it's a robocall. I'm going to vote for Jay. And I said, what are you calling me for? So I got through my business call, and I go in the bedroom. After I called Anna back, I go in the bedroom, and my wife's sound asleep, and I'm like this. I just want to gold medal. What are you doing? And I said, and I'm going to get emotional. And I said, I'm going to the Tiger Trail. Something I wanted to do all my life. And Ron, you mentioned I'm the only person that gained weight on chemo. And I'm not I might be 6'3", but I'm not 270. But anyway, when Anna called me, you know, I was elated. You know, Ron and I talked about this. I've never really politically tried to do it. I felt like that, you know, if it happened, it happened. And for it to happen, it means a lot. People ask me all the time, why Auburn? So you got, you know, when you come to Auburn, I mean, it's like family. Everybody says family, family, family. People at the University of Tuscaloosa laugh at us. It's family, and I want to recognize my family. I don't see how Erica and Tyler, y'all did it without crying. I'm a big baby. If you're a big man, I thought I'd last for about 2 minutes, but I can't. But for my family, to experience what I get to experience, and my legacy lives downtown for the rest of my life, and then my grandkids, my hopefully great-grandkids. At one time, I didn't think my kids knew I played at Auburn. They came home one day and said, Daddy, your name's on the wall of the stadium. I said, yeah, I was an All-American. They didn't think I played football. But, you know, that's what Auburn meant to me. I grew up a Georgia fan. I was going to Georgia. They started recruiting me since the 8th grade. And I met Pat Dye. And he changed my life. Well, let me back up. I met Frank Orgel. And it changed my life. And I came over here. Georgia sort of misled me on some recruiting, and I'm sure Coach Orgel told me they lied to me. So I said, well, if they're going to see a punter, I'm going to open up my commitment because I think a defensive lineman is a little bit better than a punter. Not knocking the punter, because I think Brad Schuman's a great punter and all, but for me to come to Auburn, to meet Coach Dye, and for him to stress my mom, we were sitting in the old Coliseum, I remember like it was yesterday, and he said, hey, it's not going to be easy. And he didn't lie. It wasn't easy. And I'm not knocking athletes today. They couldn't do what we did. And I know there's governor and all that, but they can't do it. But what we did for Auburn is we loved Auburn. And we loved that AU on our hat. And, you know, Quentin Riggs is a great friend of mine, Tracy Rocker. There's many out here that's already plaqued, and there's more that's deserving. And I'm just a small part of that. I'm representing the ones that should be here. My teammates, you know, Rodney Garner, we talk daily, you know, people, Stacey Searle, Jeff Berger, Mr. Roy Parker. I feel like he's a teammate of mine. But that's what Auburn means to me. So I come to Auburn, I meet Coach Dye, Frank Orgel, and Coach Dye instilled how I work today. It's not, life's not easy. See, some days you're going to have teammates with you that can help you. Sometimes you got to get off and do it yourself. You got to grind, and that's what I try to do each and every day. You know, we don't always meet our expectations, and I've probably failed in many ways, but, you know, to have 3 beautiful kids, 2 stepkids, a beautiful wife, and to get my brother-in-law, this Alabama fan here, he was the first one born to be here. My mom's with me, my aunt and uncle, my sister, my nieces, my nephew can't play, he'd be here, he's playing at Columbus State today for Augusta College in baseball. But just to have the opportunity to stand up here with the great athletes before me and the ones that have come many years behind me, and to have my name instilled in that plaque where each and every day somebody gets to see what I brought to Auburn University. I can never, ever repay Auburn University what they gave me. And I mean that. I reside here. My wife says, let's move to the beach. I don't want to move anywhere. I'm not a bright light, big city guy. The only time we get bright lights when they turn on that Jordan Hare Stadium and there's 88,000 sitting in that stadium. And I think the future is bright for Auburn University. And, Ron, you've done a great job here. Dr. Roberts, I don't know you as well. We've talked several times. I've seen you more in the last month than I've ever seen. But thank you for this outstanding university, athletic department, the city, the chamber. It's a group effort, and War Eagle today and War Eagle forever. Love you.